Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence we say the crimson light is life. So the crimson light is what leads us to examining the words and numbers, well, numerology to be precise. Okay, we have been examining numbers from 1 to 9. We have been on a marathon and a pleasurable one, may I say, because the number 9 has been one of where we are birthing new ideas and birthing what we had been impregnated with. And so we continue to do our presentation. In fact, I don't know if this is going to be the final one because I thought the final one would have been the past six presentations or so. All right, but I'm going with spirit. So I have spoken about the rapture. I have done a few presentations on the rapture and see that how the numbers, the number 9 correlates beautifully. I say beautifully with my early presentations because with my understanding of the template which we have been using to actualize in self-full love. We have been using this template to understanding what sacrifice really means to us. And of course, as this template, we have been using revelation. We call revelation in. We have been using water and intuition. And we have seen even, well, for today, we have been directed to reposition the word water in accordance. So that's what we have done. And nothing's really set in stone. I believe intuition is that message that we receive or instruction that guides us accordingly. It's where we're at now, and we are given the messages and instructions to where we are going or where we're at, where we're coming from, but what is useful for us. So, I know some people don't really, for instance, or some people value the hard empirical studies, of course, and of course something has to be proven before it can be seen as useful. But I also believe that it is those it's the very insights that we receive that is also being put under the test, so to speak. So while many are using lots of studies or whatever it is, we are trusting the process that we are guided, or even trusting that we will find the truth or guidance that we seek into taking us to where we need to be. So here I have been talking about the word rapture, and we have seen how there have been so many words that really coincide beautifully with number 9 that really that depicts the true meaning of number 9, as it were a sacrifice where Christ died and gave of himself so man could come alive. So that according to the biblical story. So here on this channel, I have been doing many of, well, all presentations is really from the St. James's Bible, King James, sorry, King James Bible. I have been using this Bible because, as I've said before, it is the scripture or the book that has helped shaped me into who I am and or I have become, but in the sense of having to re-examine the my primal learning, my practices and traditions, and of course where I had been in that learning, how it impacted on my life. So now, of course, I recognize that it had a profound impact on who I have become, and also with the liberty or understanding now that I can take the position to not just throw it away, as perhaps I had been tempted to do, but really find a way of understanding how it can work in my life to continue to transform me, and as a person and as a conscious being of life. So there's a lot I have been saying so far on the structure here, and I can urge you as well to check out my templates to numerology or to actualizing self love. But I really want to continue on the rapture, because like I am very much aware that like a mother who gives birth at 9 months of after into pregnancy gives birth, that's what it is, 9 months generally, although we know babies are being born 7 months, 8 months, and it varies, and do survive, but we are going with the general understanding of the 9 months of birth. So that is the cycle. Like a woman too has a menstrual cycle of 28 days, or which it varies slightly with some individuals. And then it's the cycle which is around the moon cycle, which coincides. I am not disregarding the rapture that people have been talking about that would happen in the month of August, no, sorry, of the month of September, which is a ninth month. It is a ninth month. It is also, there is something I read on one part was the 25th. So, what caught my eye or my attention to really looking at that subject is that I thought, well, the number nine is beginning, and if we add two and three together, that is end, which coincides with Christ and Eve. So, of course, the two figures together, 5 and 9, add together is 14, and that equals 5. 5 equals Christ and Eve. So this is what we have been working with, and it meant that it would, in actual fact, put us in this section where we get elate, there's an elation, and I think that's part of what the rapture is saying, that something happens, and it's a birthing of a newness, and to taking us into new dimension. But of course, there is so many talks about what is going to happen, whether Christ is going to come through the skies, or masses of destructions are going to happen. And I now believing I have a responsibility. I don't know how effective this is, and perhaps it's really this message that I really would like to convey to the world. I had one before, but I think this is really the number one message I would like to convey to the world. That there are people, especially on YouTube, who have large followings, which is okay. But it's the impact of the message that that takes place that I am concerned about. And we see that large following, and it's just the one, I think it's just the one video that I watched, and I just thought there was so much emphasis on, yes, something very big and huge is going to happen. And in that, giving a negative connotation to that, that's what in fact, to be fair, I'm not sure if it was really driving much to a negative connotation, but the ones I watched previously over the past couple of years was really, yes, there's going to be a lot of disruption. And so I would like people to take responsibility in that, knowing that our word has such vibration. This is what we give out. It's really the law of attraction in motion. And so when we are, as people who are YouTubers, for instance, giving out messages that really rocks the soul and boat of other individuals who are seeking answers or seeking ways into trying to make sense of life. But whether for whatever reason it is, we have headlines on our messages to really that activate the fear in people to really paying attention or giving more energy to that kind of message that something really terrible is going to happen. Now, I'm not saying I'm probably naive to some extent in this message, but I am going with the learning that our consciousness, our subconscious mind, and the words that we speak have got an impact on what happens in our world. And I mean, for instance, I get lots of violent, or I used to get violent clips sent to me on my WhatsApp, for instance. And yes, it's that kind of dilemma that it gets me in, where I really want to exert a degree of empathy, but it is that it presents more nurturing for an angry attitude, and nothing wrong with being angry either, because it's part of our being and I accept that. But it's really that we are getting to a place of trying to strike balance, and how we have a responsibility of getting equilibrium in our lives. And by doing that, we have a responsibility of helping the other to do likewise. Hence why I like the teachings of Jesus Christ, of course. Do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. Not that we all like the same things, but we understand the essence of such a teaching. The other thing is that where in Christ's teaching as well, love thy about loving thy enemy. And basically it's that I feel that if we were to concentrate or put our energies on the love vibration, or which is 9, but really that it is on that birthing, that newness. And of course, newness can come in a positive or negative way, but to have clear image, clear visualization for that which we desire to see manifest in our world. How about we develop and nurture our desires and our expectations? So it's not the idea that because someone who's in supposedly the know says something, that we all jump on the bandwagon, so to speak, with that idea, and we are using our energy, sending those information round and round. And of course, if that is what we are doing, that is what we are going to expect. As I say, when that baby comes into being, are we going to be happy with that baby? How is that baby going to impact on our lives? And these are questions that we really need to address. So finally, I think that we really, as we are each other's keeper in that sense, that we take into consideration, build wonderful vibrations and visualizations and techniques that we can share with each other. And this is why I promote fun here as well, because fun is really that vibration that really ignites us into becoming better expressions and versions of who we truly are. So leaving you with this, I hope that it makes sense to you, and I hope that we can all come together and really about learning to love ourselves. I believe really that to a large extent we had not learned to do this. We had not learned to recognize love, and so we have fed into that which we have been, which is violence and all the things that really keep us down and dense. And now I'm thinking that we need to take courage with Mother Eve, or being in the Christ spirit here as well, knowing that we are safe, we are secure, but let us take our rise and open our eyes, even in the word sacrifice. So do join me again on another another presentation where I am going to look at the word crucifixion, because I have been talking a lot about sacrifice, of course. I'm talking about threes. I think I'm in the 300 of presentations. So perhaps that is what the three vibration has been doing, prompting me to look at the word crucifixion, which coincides with sacrifice. I believe that is so we can take the opportunity to impregnate ourselves with better, with healthy seeds. So as I speak of healthy seeds, remember we are planting new seeds. So be a field, be the land that you are the land. That is what we are talking about. So to be the land takes us in number 13. This is where we grow, of course. So thank you for watching, and stay blessed, stay bright, and be ignited. Thank you. Namaste. And spill over with love.